I'm going to be getting snapped under my big hairy feet. Is this camera central? Feels like there's normally more door. Since this was a Hobbit theme, it seemed like an opportunity I couldn't shy away from. Greetings all and welcome to another episode of the Healeyverse creations, a place where pretty much anything could be next. Today I'm going to be showing you how I designed and created a pipe holder. Stick around to find out how it went. Good morning guys. So, I woke up today and I realised that I can't continue with my current project because I don't have the glue required. So, I'm waiting for that to turn up. While I do that, I had the idea, what else can I do? What could I get on with? A nice, quick, simple project, because I've been out of it for a few weeks, I've not been very well, gotten a bit behind on my projects. So, I wanted to think of something relatable. I wanted to think of something Hobbity. I wanted to stick with the theme since Katie's been very into a Hobbit stuff this week. I thought, let's jump on the bandwagon or the Buckleberry Ferry, if you prefer. Let's make something Hobbity. So I sat there for a few minutes thinking to myself, what could I possibly make that would be Hobbity apparel-esque? What's good Hobbit? I realised most Hobbits smoke pipes. You know, they love the long bottom leaf. So I thought, well, what could be a good pipe accessory? What could be something I could make? Obviously I could try and make a pipe, but lots of people do that. It's not very original. I've never seen any kind of pipe harness. I'm calling it harness because holster is just a little bit too pew. So we're going to go with pipe harness for this one. That is what I'm going to be diving into today. So if you come join me over at the table, we'll get into designing something. I'm going to bring you along for the designing part this time. It's not just going to be on a little book that I don't show you until the end of the video. We're going to do this one together. So, come on, let's go, let's have fun. So, before we get into this, obviously, I'm not wearing my usual attire. This is because we have heard a lot of things recently from a lot of different channels, actually. Funny how, as soon as you start looking more into Hobbit stuff, you start seeing all the people that have Hobbit relevance, and just how many other creators are a part of this Brandywine Festival coming up. It's very sad. I mean, it's great. I'm really happy and excited for it. But, oh, we want to go. We do want to go. Me and Katie, we both really want to go. Whether or not it happens this year, we'll have to wait and see. But since this was a Hobbit theme, it seemed like an opportunity I couldn't shy away from. Did you get that? Shy away. Sorry guys, it may be one of those today. Whoops. Got you now. Best like and subscribe while you're here, eh? Might as well. Because then you'll get more of this fun stuff. Aren't you the lucky ones? So, as I mentioned, I wanted to make a pipe holder because I realised that as a Hobbit, you know, maybe you're not wearing a jacket, maybe you're a farmer out in the field, maybe you're just out and about and you want to have somewhere to carry your pipe that's not in your pocket, you're getting ash everywhere, having to clean it out every time, you know. I don't know how much of your long bottom leaf you're smoking in one hit, but maybe you want to leave some of it in there for a little bit later. Handy to have a nice, easy, accessible pipe, wouldn't it be? That's what I thought anyway. So, I decided that I'd get on it because I was sitting there the other morning and I was like, I can't get on with the thing that I'm currently working on because I don't have the thing that I need. It's not coming until tomorrow, so I need to get on with something else. So what else can I get on with? Maybe something Hobbity. What do Hobbits need? And I was like, and then it kind of hit me. The only thing they really tend to carry around is maybe they'd carry a pocket knife, which you're not allowed in LARPs and festivals and things like that, so that'd be pointless. You know, maybe some of them have monocles or glasses. I don't know 100%. I've not seen a Hobbit with glasses, or maybe I have seen a Hobbit with glasses and just don't remember it. Regardless of that, most of them have pipes. And from there, my brain was just like, aha, there we go. That's what we're doing for him. And then I can bring it to all of you guys. And I hope to see plenty of my designs on any footage knocking around at the Brandywine Festival. You're welcome. Send us an invite next year, maybe. Or when you bring it to the UK. So, let's get into the pipe. Because I had to design this thing, and to design it, it's a very peculiar shape. So to try and design it out of paper in a way that it would curve and flex and bend around to hold things snug, wasn't going to happen. One does not simply make a flexi template out of paper. So what I ended up doing is making one out of leather. By the time it's done, it's probably going to look like a finished pipe, but really all it is just a leather template. I just decided to make an actual template using leather because admittedly at the time I wasn't a big fan of the colour of it. It's very shiny, it's very bleh. But once I'd actually made it and I finished putting it on the pipe and everything, I'll be honest, I actually quite like the look of it still, so I'll probably just figure out a little strap for it. This first one that I'm going to make is going to be made to fit. I'm going to make one that fits mine and Katie's Lord of the Rings pipes specifically. I want these to be snug, hard fit in, no problems. So that was what I did, and that was what the actual template that I made was for. I knew roughly in my head what it was going to look like, so it was just a case of making sure I had all the sizes and everything figured out. So it was a case of measuring it up, making sure it fit all the way around the neck, make sure it fit all the way around the pipe head. That was it. I just needed a cone shape, and then I could make whatever shape I wanted really that came around the top end of the pipe. I just went for this kind of weird swoopy shape because it looked cool. And then once I'd got my two pieces attached together, it was just a case of attaching the closing strap and the Sam Brown button just to lock it all in, and that's going to give me the ability to then open it up. So I've pretty much finished the prototype for the shape. Like I say, I wanted to make it out of leather so that I had a template that I can make proper ones out of, because I'm not the biggest fan of this colour of leather. And what I've done for now is just added a little strap that I had spare, just so that you can see the idea, so it can like hang on a belt loop or anything, and you can either detach the harness itself, or you can detach the pipe from the harness by detaching the Sam Brown button. So that's my template done. That's the prototype finished. Look at that, eh? That's pretty cool. It's actually the second time I've had to assemble this because, yeah, obviously once I'd pieced it together and made sure it fit, this is my template. So, let's take it apart again. So with that done, it was time to make the proper one, which pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to be adding, I'm going to add a little bit more stitching on this one. I'm going to try and make it look a little bit more detailed. Obviously, I'm using a nicer leather. I'm just going to try and make this one look a bit more professional overall. And then, of course, the whole point of this entire thing, I'm going to add a proper belt loop to it, because it's pointless having just a piece of leather wrapped around your pipe if you still can't actually hang it from anything. The whole point of this is that you can hang it from a belt, or you can hang it from your braces, or, you know, whatever you want. Which, in case there's anyone wondering, there's a reason I'm wearing the braces on the outside. There's lots of debate online as to whether they should be inside or outside the jacket, and I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I don't think, especially for the sake of just sitting down doing a video, I don't care too much. I feel like if you have a reason to have them on the outside, you're fine. If you want them to be under the inside tucked in from the jacket, that's fine. My concern with this being on video was that I'd look like I had these little nipples going on under here, so I was like, one, we'll have them on the outside for that, and two, we'll have them on the outside for reasons that I'll get to later on in this video. Once I'd got this one all cut out, it was the same three pieces. I used the first one that I made and built into the prototype. I then had to dismantle, because once I'd cut it all down to size, made sure it all fit, I pretty much built this around Katie's pipe, and then it was a case of dismantling it all again, templating it out onto paper, and then using that to make a template that I can just use again and again and again, so I can make infinite number of these things if I want to. Is this camera central? Feels like there's normally more door. So then, once I got the strap finally attached to it, that was it. It was officially finished. And I'm going to be honest, that's hella cool. Like, the more I look at it, that's awesome. And to say that that is just, it was just an idea. It was a stupid idea that I didn't really have to think too much into. And it's one of the coolest things I've ever made. I'm so proud. Go me. But alas, I realised that this didn't really help me where it came to any other pipes. Because I have a short stubby pipe.
I beg your pardon?
With like a thicker neck and a fatter pipe itself. And then I also have my big shiny one.
Pause.
Which, look at the size difference between them. That ain't ever going to fit on there. So what I needed was one thing to hold them all. One thing to bind them. Once we get it clipped onto the old braces belt, which, now do you see why I left these on the outside? I'm thinking about you guys. Although I'll put it on the wrong way. Just ignore that and pretend I didn't for now. And there you go. Just hangs on the chest, or if you prefer it. But I thought on the off chance, you guys actually want to see where it's hanging. Obviously you can hang it on your waist as well if you prefer, but you can't see it on camera if I do that, can you? So don't you feel stupid now. I'm definitely not the stupid one. I'm fully functioning adult. To be fair, I actually sit slightly more comfortable and it stays out of the way. There we go. Technically, at that we are mission completed. But as I say, one thing to hold them all. So, back to the brainstorm. Okay, so it is getting late now and we had some friends come to visit, so I've not been able to spend too much more time on it today. But one of the first things I will be doing tomorrow, hopefully before I film the second part or the final part of this video, is also making a more generic version. Slightly bigger than all of them, just one that you could fit any pipe in. So it'll work for the long stem ones and the short chunky ones, any kind of pipe you've got, because it's bothering me that it's not universal. So I'll be doing that in the morning. Do you ever have one of those nights where you're like, I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to get to sleep early, and I'm going to crack straight on with the project in the morning, and then you spend the next 4 hours of the night thinking about the project. So I ended up staying awake a little bit later than I'd intended to last night, and I may or may not have redesigned another one, which I'll show you quickly here. However, that has left me waking up today realising that now I need to piece that one together. So I'm going to start on that. However long it takes, it shouldn't be too long at this point. So wish me luck. I have my rough idea, but now I want universal. Back to cutting out the templates. I used a very similar thing. What I did for this was I actually made it slightly bigger, and in my mind I thought what I can do is the same thing in theory that I've done with this. I just need to make this fat and cylindrical. I don't want any kind of taper to it. I don't want it thinning down at the end. I just need round cylinder all the way through. And then for this head, it can be pretty much the same size. What I need to do is alter this strap. I need to make this longer, and then I'm also going to do a series of holes running down it so that it can change size depending how big, because this is about as small as it should get, but I'll potentially do an extra hole on there just in case. So then it's just a case of making sure there's room for enlargement, essentially. The next thing was just a case of redesigning that, widening out this top section slightly, and then redesigning this, making sure that that first paper template fit around the top of the big pipe, making sure the second template fit around the neck of both the pipes, and then that the strap could reach all the way around this one, because I can't imagine a pipe head getting much fatter than this. So I figured as long as it can reach all the way around this, I should be within the realms of universal. They're only small pieces that if it goes wrong or something doesn't quite fit, I can just make another one. I had confidence, and since I had the red and black colour scheme going on with this pipe, I decided I was going to run that into the holster, the harness, the sheath. I'm going to think of a name for this, but we'll come back to that. Once I got my black and my red, it was a case of doing the same thing. Punching holes. Lots and lots and lots of holes. I'm going to be honest, I think with the amount of hammering that I've done these last 24 hours, I may well have officially been labelled a disturber of the peace. But a few hammer bashes later, get my Sam Brown's buttons set into place. So as I mentioned with the universal one, the only big difference with it was going to be, it was a straight cylinder, so there was no taper. It wasn't going to cling tight to skinnier things, but hopefully the front bit holding it in will stop anything from sliding. Fingers crossed, that's going to be the trial. While I'm waiting for the rabbit to drink, have you liked and subscribed yet? Our analytics say a shocking percentage of you may not have done, and that makes us very sad. So like and subscribe for more of these charming smiles. So, as I mentioned, with this universal one, the main purpose of it, in theory, is going to be that it should strap around anything. It should hold any pipe of most sizes. Any size, universal, any size. Confidence in our product. Universal. And you know what? I did it. I finished it. It's mostly universal. There's one of my pipes that doesn't quite fit just because it's such a small, snug, tight little angle. And a very thin head, so it doesn't quite hold it. But it fits on my long pipe, and as I'll show you in the other one, it fits on the biggest of the pipes that I have, which is quite funny to say it fits on the smallest and the biggest, but not the one in between. But like I say, that's just because these have got a nice wide curve to them, and the other one's very and it's gone. So there's no room really for anything to hold it, so I'll think of something separate for that one. That is a personalised custom pipe holder and a universal pipe holder, all done and dusted. Designed and completed. I'm pretty heckin' proud of that one. Ha! I was wrong. And I've never been so happy to be wrong, because it fits this one too. So it actually carries all three, and I call that an absolute success. Disagree with me. Tell me that is not cool as heck. Look at that, eh? Look at it. Look at it. Hella cool. Like and subscribe. It fits all of them, guys. I'm so happy. It fits the little fella. It fits the big red one. It fits both mine and Katie's Lord of the Rings pipes, and it even fits the weird little prop pipe that I'd made a while back, which has a much skinnier head still. I'd not even thought about that one, but it fits that one as well. It holds all of the pipes. I'll have to put a picture of that one because I don't think I got any B-roll of it because I forgot. But you may have noticed there's something I have not yet explained on. Anyone with a very keen mind, or even half a brain cell, probably already guessed what it's for. Since I had the issues of the brown one of trying to hang it on my braces and it sits a bit awkwardly, this one got a little extra Sam Brown bad boy tucked up in that strap there. So it can either just tuck in and stay closed, you can hang it on your belt as normal, or if you prefer, pop that around there, pop that on that, and there you go, one pipe holder. Now we just need a name for it. A hug. If you can call a sword frog, I can call this a pipe hug. Why not? Sounds better than holster or sling. I don't know. I'm going to have to workshop the name. I'm thinking pipe hug because it sounds childish and cute, and I reckon that might get it some attention, so I'm going with pipe hug. This is how you make a pipe hug. Universal. And that, pretty heckin' cool. So now we can just sit and hang there while you sit and enjoy your little hobbity exploit, sat in the Green Dragon having a pint with your friends. You can just and then it just slide it back in there, clip this back over, and then I know that when I stagger on home, I'm not going to be falling out of any pockets, not going to be getting snapped under my big hairy feet. You have hay in your mouth while you're drinking. Do one thing at a time. How are you doing that? You done? So there you go. That is the pipe hug, or holster, or sling, whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking pipe hug because it's my design, my own. I told you it's going to be one of them. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm feeling the ye old kind of hobbity thing. But anyway, enough of the messing around. I think at that we are pretty much finished because, you know, I set out to accomplish a thing, and I think I accomplished that thing. I wanted its purpose to be universal and its quality to be the very highest. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. I had to. I know I often ramble on these things, but I don't mean to. I don't mean to. Got you again. Don't worry guys, these puns aren't just for you, they're also for Katie when she's editing this. I know she'll enjoy them. That has been me. That has been our pipe holder video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. I hope I've showed you enough of the process and talked enough of the process. Leave it in the comments if there's anything that I've left out that you wish I'd have explained a bit better. Leave it in the comments if you've ever seen anything or made something like this before. How did yours turn out? I'd be very keen to hear. Is this a common thing? I may look into this. I refuse to look into it until we have our video posted, because at least then in my own brain there has been no outside influence, if that makes sense. I like to think I have the ability to create from my own mind. And when we watch so many good creative channels, and when there's so many amazing things on YouTube already, it's tough to be original. So I'm hoping I've made something original. I'm hopeful that it's somewhere in the realms of original, and there at least won't be much of it out there, and that one day I may go to some of these events and see some of you sporting these things. My old pipe hugs. Have a hug from me. This one's free. This one's on the house, guys. Help yourself to a hug. They're pretty easy. And enjoy the rest of your day. Look forward very much to seeing you on the next one, whatever that may be. Bye guys. Farewell. Why did I fill a water up before I sat down to film? Why did I do that? Fare thee well, noble traveller, while I retire to my abode. Sucking on the pipe like Denethor eats tomatoes. I'm normal, I don't know what you're on about. She's eating while she's drinking. The hay is shrinking while she's... I either do... Oh, I went through the wrong hole. Look at that. What a rookie move, eh?
Imagine not being able to talk and sew at the same time.
I'm an absolute novice. Bit ashamed of myself. Let us know what you thought of the first one, by the way, of Katie's apron video. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It'll be up there somewhere.
Right there.
Because I think it was pretty cool, and I kind of found it quite fun being able to just sneak up on her and shove a camera in it. It's fun, isn't it? Just come up on someone and just be like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We're gonna have to get T-shirts with that on. That's gonna be our first thing. What doing?
What doing?
Making a thing.
The urge to shove this in a peacock's face and be like, "What doing?"
Yeah. Why you do this all the time?
Yes.
Why can't you just shut up? Yeah, it's because they're stupid animals.
Okay, well.
You can't even look straight at the camera.
Is that your peacock imitation?
To before. Just as a quick last reminder, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. If you'd like to maybe contribute further into trying to help us dive into doing this YouTube stuff, it's not cheap. We're having to buy leather, so we have officially decided that we're now going to look into pushing forward with a Patreon. So if you would like to support us on Patreon, the link will be down in the description below. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, there is a very high possibility that you may also enjoy this video up here, or up here, whichever side it's on. And when you're done with that, if you'd like to go over and check out our other channel, The Lord I Mention, Katie's put out a couple of videos over the last couple of weeks. Really look forward to seeing you over there as well. And yeah, hope to see you on the next one. Until then, farewell my fellow hobbits. Be well.